Seems that headphone companies have figured out that we love wooden headphones. Well, Sivga has sent me their Robin headphones for review, so stay tuned.
Nico knows tech, all your tech tips and reviews on deck. Nico knows tech, #1 channel with the news on check.
For full disclosure, Sivga did send me their Robin headphones free of cost. However, they have not participated in this review whatsoever, and my thoughts and opinions will be my own. This will be an honest review. Before we get started, cue the unboxing montage. And begin with the design of the Robins. These are wood shelled. This is cherry wood. And then on the back of the drivers is a wood milled brand of Sivga there, which I find to be a nice touch, instead of them using a drill or a decal or embossment. So that's a nice quality touch. The headband itself is a spring steel, and it's pretty resilient. The build quality overall is really good. The headband itself is all metal, but the headband itself is wrapped in a nice plush leatherette with nice stitching. And underneath there's some additional padding. And then down to the joint here is also metal. And then this will adjust. It has some nice click to it. But I found that I actually don't have to adjust these at all. These are clearly designed for somebody with a big head. They do fit me, of course, when I put them on. But I don't have to adjust them whatsoever, but they could. And these could fit somebody with a very large head. The drivers themselves do pivot right here, but they don't twist side to side, but they really don't need to. And the ear pads are a very luxurious leatherette, very soft. There's memory foam in there, real memory foam. If I press in there, it does have a slow retention. And then on the top of the drivers, there's these two slits here, which I would assume is for venting, but it might just be for reducing weight or for decoration, because I don't see any penetration into the interior of the driver. And of course on the bottom we do have our ports for plugging in our cable. And then the ear pads themselves are removable. You just twist it a little bit to counterclockwise, and then they come off. The drivers themselves are 50mm dynamics with an impedance of 32 ohms. Frequency response is 20 Hz to 20 kHz with a sensitivity of 105 dB. Now, unlike most headphones in this price point, it didn't come included with a leatherette bag. Instead, Sivga included a branded linen bag, which I think sets them apart as unique because you don't really see a linen bag included. You'll typically see either a leatherette bag, a leather bag, or a case. So I think that's kind of a cool touch. Now, included with the Robins is about an 8-foot cable, which is actually a good quality cable. It's long enough for it to reach most pro audio systems, but it's not so long that you have to coil it up or that it becomes a little bit unwieldy. On the 3.5mm tip, which is gold plated, we have this unusual spring joint, which I haven't really seen since like 1980s pro audio, where that was on the tips. So I think that's kind of cool. And then on the other end, we have our two connectors for each of the drivers as balanced. So one goes into the left and one goes into the right on the bottom here. Now, due to the plush padding and the low spring tension, the Sivgas are actually exceptionally comfortable. When you put them on your head, they're light. There's almost no clamping force. It's just pillows resting on your head. They are very comfortable, and I've been able to listen to them with 10 hours at a time, which even my comfortable headphones, I usually like to take a break after about 3 to 6 hours. Now, describing the sound of the Sivga Robins was a very perplexing and daunting task. I spent weeks testing these because I couldn't exactly place where in the spectrum they fall under. They are slightly warm, however the treble is slightly boosted. It's almost like they're going for a V-shaped EQ wave on these, but it is slightly warm. And at this price point, $150, I kept on trying to compare them to $350 headphones because of the way they looked. Since they look like $300, $400 cans, I kept on unfairly comparing them to those headphones. But once I brought them back to the $150 price range, I would describe them as really good. There's a lot of liveliness and they're exciting. That bass is very pronounced and it's not too punchy, but it's not boomy either. It's right there in the middle. The trebles are slightly boosted and they're pleasant, but they're not harsh. The only thing I would put against them is they're not exactly transparent. Some of the details in woodwinds and vocals was a little bit left out, but it still sounded pleasant. Out of the $150 price range, I couldn't knock them. They're not doing anything new in the audio industry at this price point, but they are an exceptionally good quality listen. I think the sound quality and the build and the comfort would appeal to listeners who are getting into the audiophile kind of society. But if you're already in the audiophile world and you're already into the 300s and you have your Meze audios, you have your high-end Sennheisers, this would be a bit of a step back in the road. However, if you were using typical headphones or you're coming, God help you if you're coming from Beats or whatever you just buy at Best Buy and you're looking for the next step up, this would be there. They do provide that next level quality and the sound is good. Anyone who was listening to these would not knock them for not being good sounding headphones that feel great and look great. But like I said, they're just not doing anything significantly different. They're not bringing anything new to the table. So someone who has very experienced ears would say, meh, they're good, but I have my other ones. But if you're looking for a set of cans in the $150 price range, these might be the product for you because they do provide an outstanding listen at this price point and at this level. What do you think is the best set of cans in the $150 price point? Tell me about it in the comment section. Hope you found this review helpful. If you like it, please click like and consider subscribing. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, or you can support me on Patreon, and I will see you next time.